Hey guys, what's up? iPenguin Pat here, and today we're going to talk about how to break a checkerboard. This topic has come up in conversations and in comments, so I just wanted to give a quick example of how to do that. Now, before I even do this, I do want to show you that we are comfortably in first place and will almost definitely ending up first for this season. So this isn't a scenario where like we got our butts kicked and roasted for the season. We've actually pretty much dominated the whole season. And last night we decided that since we were comfortably in first, we would just kind of hit cruise control. And the guilds that we're up against know how to set up a checkerboard correctly. So I wanted to use them as an example of how to break a checkerboard. Now, the big thing that you want to look for is a weakness in the timers, where you can get on the right side of the timers one way or another. And what I mean by that is typically a very good checkerboard setup will be set up such that the inside sectors open up before the outside sectors. So here you see D1 opens up before D2S. So they will have 10 minutes to get this sector soft locked or primed or whatever you want to call it, and basically make it so that even if we win this sector, D2S, if we try to go on to D1, we can't get to it because you see that it will already be soft locked. So what we're looking for is a path where we can get on the right side of the timers consecutively in order to be able to take a sector or to win. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is that you can't break a checkerboard if you can't win a race. You have to be able to win races in order to break a checkerboard. So a lot of times the best time to do this is setting it up so that you have your races happening where they end right before reset, and then you have another shot at some more sectors right after reset. So basically you're getting to use all your attrition in a couple of big shots rather than spreading it out throughout the day and having a weaker showing. So in this case, the path, as I'm looking at this, I'll say, okay, so D3X is important, so I better hurry up and finish up this video. All right, so then after D3X, then the next thing that we would look at is we could either force the flip here, which will help us to make sure that we've got some hits here for when we're trying to get out later. Obviously, we'll be able to come over here and work on getting that sector, which would be, again, that's kind of a weakness in their armor. And then the next big one is this D2S. From there, we'll be able to go to D2T, or we'll be able to go to C2T. And here you can see on the timers, there's a 5-minute difference there. So after this one gets taken, we can jump straight onto this one. Now here you can see that C1 was flipped before C2T. So this is going to be soft locked. If we try to hit it, this will almost definitely already be soft locked or primed, whatever you want to call it. And we aren't going to be able to get that one there. So what we would do is we would force that one closed. And then after that's closed, then we would come over here to this one, C2S. And see here, there's that 3-minute difference. So we're going to have to basically dump all of our attrition really fast to get this knocked out. Now, the other thing to look at is these sectors here. And again, ideally what we would want to do is go ahead and force this one closed as well. So after we get this one, go ahead and force this one closed. Which we would be able to do if you look at the timers. So yeah, that one would go, and then this one. Force that closed, and then we have to win the race on D2T. That means that we'll keep our hits on this one, and that will give us a chance on the next race there. And then the same thing, again, happens here, where we go ahead and we take this sector, we quickly force this one closed, and then we take this one. That means that even if they take this, we're going to have a head start here, right? And then that makes, so as long as we win this race, then we're good to go. And looking here, yeah, so then we would be stopped here at B2T. You see it's already, halfway full. It'll be totally full, almost definitely, by the time we get over here. So that's kind of where the weakness is. And then at that point, then we kind of have to circle back and fill in behind us. And same thing over here. You see like this one will be, almost definitely will already be soft locked by the time we get to it. So it will help if, say, this other guild here is able to force this closed before our sector flips. Bottom line is that you got to look for the seam, and a really well set up checkerboard, they will always flip from the inside out, and it'll make it so that you have to basically win a race, force the soft lock to flip, and then win the adjacent sector to keep your hits, and then win the next race. That's truly the only way to break it. And if you can't win those races, if you can't put that much attrition out all at once, then you're just going to have to know that your season is pretty much done. That, or you can work out a deal with whoever it is you're up against, but you're not going to break a checkerboard if you can't win the races. So basically, in summary, the main things that you're looking for to break a checkerboard are consecutive sectors that open where you're never behind the timers, right? And then forcing the flip on the soft locks, and then winning the race on the adjacent sector so that you can hit the next one. And that's it. That's the secret. That's the trick. But like I said, it all comes down to winning races. If you can't win races, you're done. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful and gave you a little bit of insight on how to break a checkerboard. I'll probably end up doing a video on how to set up the checkerboard and how to plan flips a little bit later. But for now, I got to go and battle cry for this sector and make sure we win this race in 8 minutes. So I will catch you guys later. All right, guys, so we're doing a quick after video follow-up of breaking a checkerboard. And here's a quick reminder of what we were staring into as of, I don't know, I guess it was about 3 hours ago or so. So we did our magic, and it actually worked out a little bit better than anticipated. And here's where we're at now. And basically the way that we got here was we kind of poked our way over here just to kind of get some land going on. We took this one early, which we told you what would happen. And that was a tough race because we were going at full attrition against a guild that had plenty of siege camps, and that was pretty tough. And then we did a race right here again, and that time it was against the Orange Guild. They also had full siege camp support, and we got forted. I think we only got forted once on that one. And then after that, we came over here and we rushed this one, and I think they had expected us to lose here, and they didn't secure this one or prime this one quick enough. And here, I'll bring this back over. See, it was this one right here, and this guild right here both should have had this one already locked up, or at least, soft locked. So that way, if we did get past here and get this one, then there would be no way for us to get there, right? They should have already had that locked up. But they assumed that we were going to lose one of these races, and they were mistaken. And like I said, winning races is a lot of the key of breaking the checkerboard. So we bum rushed them there. We didn't even think we were going to have a chance to do that, but they were slow. So we got that knocked out. And then we took this one, and then we got this one at attrition free, and then came back and stole this one. And basically along the way, what ended up happening is they started freaking out because they were losing sectors left and right, and they started cutting each other off. So we're still not in like the best of position, but here you can see where we've got a 2-minute head start on this one. On this one, they've got about a 2-minute head start on us, which I would be surprised, or not a 2-minute, but they got about a minute head start here, which I don't think we're going to get a shot at that one. This one's probably going to get killed, but we'll probably be able to take this one and then come at this, and that way we don't lose it. So yeah, and then of course here, this sector's on the wrong side of the timer, but this one I believe is on the right. Yeah, so we'll have a shot from there, and this one's, and then same thing here. So this one's going to be a little bit behind. Nope. So we are on the right side of the timer on this one from these two sectors. And then we also forced this one closed. So, we'll probably be able to wrap the rest of the way around and have the board completely broken. And in theory, ideally, some of these other guilds can come up and push through and close up any of the other soft locks. But there you can see that's a broken checkerboard. It is possible. Obviously, it does come down to winning races. And ideally, you want to set up your races against the guilds that you're considerably faster than. It's definitely harder if you have to win consecutive races against the strongest guild in the group. Our experience is usually you have one guild that's kind of the strongest one, and then there's a couple of slower guilds that will kind of fill in the gaps and set up the checkerboard, but they're dependent on the stronger guild for winning races. So definitely, if you have a choice of we're going to throw a bunch of attrition at one sector or another, sometimes it's worth it to pay a little bit more attrition, but make sure you win the race. All right, guys. Well, I hope this was helpful, and I hope you got a good laugh of a checkerboard that got broken and demolished. And if you found this video helpful at all, click the like button, subscribe, share with your friends, and I will catch you in the next video.